Hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Alright, it's been a bit, but here we go at the start of the week at outset here. The most interesting thing that I have seen so far, as the dust have settled on all the various things as far as, yes, there are plenty of videos being shelled out right now. Per the usual set of the partner program, content creators, of course, with the 5-star gem being the hot topic per usual, as to be expected in certain circumstances. I will give my thoughts on that, and probably I'll compile that in a separate video I've been wanting to make. I was going to make before this one, however, this little interesting thing happened today, and I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of it if you haven't been already. And that is right here on the subreddit. The community manager East Van has posted this here, introducing the official Diablo Immortal Discord server. And I find this kind of comical yet interesting at the same time, only because we all know how long the game has been, and since its launch, 3+ years now, probably 3 1/4, something like that at this point. Almost 3 1/2, sadly, for them to finally roll this out. And apparently, I guess this was their little side project that they decided to do themselves. And they did go and say how long it took them, which honestly, if anybody's been on the Discord realm of things in that nature, it's fairly simple to make your own Discord server. But nonetheless, let's dig into this one really quick. Well, not really quick, but I wanted to go over this because there's some interesting points to be made here on this. Here it is. There's the official link right there, of course. So this is the official, super official Discord link here, finally, for the game that we haven't had in forever. Granted, they have their Dashin app over on the Chinese side of things, but nonetheless, unless you speak fluent Mandarin, but basically you'd be over on their servers and using everything there anyway. So for the rest of us, we get this instead. But yeah, I guess this is now the official one, which is a shame because there's still one that I am in, of course, and I'm in multiple now at this point. This probably makes number 5 or 6 at this point, and that's honestly too many to be in for one game, especially a mobile game at that. But nonetheless, this one is here. There's the link for it. Check it out. I'm going to just go show a little bit more here, pull the curtain back a little further, and as you can see, yeah. So this is what this one kind of looks like. This is what we can expect in it. As you can see here, we waited 3 years for it. Here's Ghost Signals, which is East Van on the subreddit. He is Ghost Signals on Discords, along with the usual Blizzard community team. Pez Radar is even floating around here too, which is kind of surprising to some of us. But nonetheless, they made basically a cameo appearance in this one, if even that, if you want to call it that. But anyway, this has been a project of mine since about a year ago. They said it was not quick or easy to get done. Some of us who have made Discord channels of our own may say otherwise, but nonetheless, I'm guessing maybe possible, we'll see how the moderation in place on this will continue to roll out as well. So as always, the caveat here is to tread lightly whenever, of course, dealing with anything across the internet and the web space. You should know the score by now if you are involved with any of this stuff anyway. So take that as it stands. But yeah, and then see what made it happen now. The recent team changes. He's like the year plus of work behind it is what they said, is why this one wasn't finally released until now. Well, that's great, but we'll see. Now, the biggest thing I want, and the reason I bring this up, and I wanted to show this, the biggest takeaway on this. Now, for right now, this is kind of still cookie cutter, bare bones. I'll show you. I also want to, show you what there is to expect on these tabs. I left everything in except the very bottom. I think it cuts off because I didn't want to show everything on screen. But I pretty much had it set. You can set the region that you want to look at. You can set them all if you so choose. But I kept it for, of course, North America in my case. But I left everything else in because I like to at least see who says what and what questions that may arise, things of that nature, and so on and so forth. But and there have been some interesting feedback and suggestions already, some bug reports, things of that sort. We have Diablo partner creations in here as well, which I am not. Don't forget, I am not in the partner program at all. But nonetheless, there have been some of them chiming in here as well in the feedback and suggestions. So we'll see how this is what I'm most interested to see, how this will start to unfold and proceed going forward with the bug reports and the suggestions that we have. If this is a more finally more of a direct feed that we've been, trying at, for years at length to exhaustion, trying to get points made across to where it needs to go, right? There's so many bugs that have been in the game since day one still that exist. However, that again brings me back around to, well, NetEase still does the vast majority, I'd probably say about 95% of the development process of the game still, with their skeleton crew that they have left on the project. Of course, they sent most of their other main ones off to the other ones. Again, Destiny Rising being one of the top ones of their list currently right now, they have the most attention on. That's just how it goes. That's business. This is a 3+ year old game. What do you expect? But anyway, let's bring it back around to a more positive light here, in that, again, we might be able to hopefully get more things to their attention a bit quicker now than before, and that we've had to in the past. Now, on a side note, still from that, though, there is the other Diablo Immortal Discord that I will definitely make another mention of here, because I think it is better put together only because it was community driven. It is the one that has been around since the launch of the game, and that is this one here, the r/Diablo Immortal Discord. And of course, if you know, you know. If you're in there, cool. But yeah, this is the one that I prefer still over all the other ones, and I am curious to see what is going to go about in this one. This one is much better subtopicked than the other. Like I said, there are class ones. We may, obviously, the other one's still in its infancy as of day one, so keep that in mind. Things will continue to change and hopefully go, like I said, in a much better, more immediate response direction. That's the biggest takeaway from all of this. I want to see more immediate responses from a direct feed now to, hopefully they will open their ears again. Only time will tell, per usual, and from what we've, come to expect from their track record. Well, yeah, we'll just leave that alone for now, and fingers crossed, knock on wood, all that kind of thing. We'll see how it plays out, like I said. And again, if you want to get on the chaos of it for right now, for those that are interested in that kind of thing, and various social circles and things of that nature, to see how this will play out, again, I'll put the link to the official one in the pinned comment section if you didn't see it in the video. But yeah, I wanted to just give my thoughts on the whole entire falling out of this so far. Like I said, day one, I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention if you weren't already aware of it. Most of us, of course, have already found it in a matter of hours. I saw this post on subreddit when it was about a half hour old, and it's been kind of interesting just to kind of see the names that have come in and out throughout the day so far in there, and some of the topics that have already been brought up and discussed, and the back and forth on certain topics as well, to be expected. But again, this one here, I still am very much more fondly of, as far as between the two choices, because this one, again, has been around for a lot longer. A lot of us have contributed to this one throughout the course of time since this one has been around, obviously, with a boatload of information and knowledge, of course, to various classes in the game and things of that nature. But again, bringing it back around to the official one, bringing it back around to the official Diablo Immortal Discord, that is, this is where we should hopefully get most, if not all, more immediate responses to any problems or things of that nature, bug reports and feedback suggestions that may arise. Hopefully that will be, like I said, a step in the right direction for once. Better late than never, again, as it seems to be the pattern for Diablo Immortal as of late. A lot of quality of life improvements. Well, yes and no. I'm going to touch on that in a separate video. I have thoughts on the things that we've gotten since this last update as well. Like I said, I wanted to let the dust settle and kind of pull as much information out of every venue that I could, in every possible aspect, every possible opinion, and retrospect it all kind of together in a better fashion. So anyway, stay tuned for that one. I'll roll that one out as soon as I can here, but this kind of came up first and kind of honestly out of the blue. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about this whole thing, and if any of you, of course, any of you use Discord, if there's any interest in this, and hopefully, again, trying to stay as optimistic as possible when it comes to certain things like this whenever they get introduced. Day one, we can either see this go, you know, completely bottoms up or what have you on its, or, you know, or everything in between, or just hang along for the ride, enjoy the chaos, and I don't know, wait until everything burns, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world on fire. Of course, as always, take care of yourselves as best you can, one day at a time. It is all we can do, for sure. Until next time, see ya.